All right, first and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakwadash, the honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. First and foremost, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Yahzi, Yahweh, He is, He exists. The name of His only begotten Son, beloved Son, is Yahweh Shai. Yahzi, Yahweh Shai, the Savior, the Deliverer. And this is the Bird of the Rock from the Gems Detroit camp. It's going to be a short video epistle. Okay, now I'm going to start off with 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if the Heavenly Father Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, which are these bodies that we're in, to be reserved into judgment. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Okay? Right? So first, Peter starts by saying, for if Heavenly Father Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, the point is simple. If the Heavenly Father Yahweh didn't spare them, okay, what make these proud people think they're going to escape? Okay? So, you see these elites, okay, these politicians, these billionaires, these celebrities, and think they're untouchable. Nah. The Lord judged mighty men before, and He's getting ready to do it again. Nobody is above judgment of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay? Because with this news story, okay, here, it says DJ Neuro, okay, audit immunity deal illegal. Ex-IRS, okay, official tells judge, okay? It's from Bloomberg. The U.S. Justice Department made an illegal deal with President DJ Neuro to immunize him, his family, and his businesses from audits or other federal probes related to past filings. A group of tax experts and former Internal Revenue Service officials told the judge the settlement, part of a broader agreement to resolve DJ Neuro's controversial $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS over a leak of his private data, violates a clause in the Constitution barring presidents from receiving any non-salary compensation. The group said in a filing Monday in federal court in Miami. Okay? Again, these politicians, these billionaires, these celebrities, they think they're untouchable. But they're not. Nobody is above Heavenly Father Yahweh's judgment. Okay? Right? So, get back to the scriptures. Now, start at verse 5. 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Okay? Right? So, they were partying, okay, because they, thought Noah was crazy. They were buying and selling. They were building. They were enjoying life, okay, just like today in Babylon the Great. Spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, / America is doing the same exact thing, okay? You got people worried about sports, but they worried about entertainment, worried about money, worried about the next holiday, okay? Meanwhile, the prophets are warning that judgment is coming. So when that flood came, all that laughing stopped, okay? It looked like the crazy man until the rain started falling, okay? Because remember, they only knew about the dew of the ground, okay? Not rain, okay? Then all of a sudden, when that rain started falling, okay, the Heavenly Father Yahweh shut the door, okay, on the ark. They couldn't get in. So, the same thing is about to happen in these times, spiritually, okay? But physically, by the thermonuclear missiles, okay? You got Jacob's trouble. It's going to get hot out here, okay? The book of Amos, chapter 8 and 11. And it reads, Behold, the days come, saith the Heavenly Father Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but a hearing the words of the Heavenly Father Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall so like it run to and fro to seek the word of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, and shall not find it. Because progress won't be out. You know, it's going to be turmoil, it's going to be calamities happening. Okay? Right? So, this is what's going to happen. Okay? There's not going to be any prophets out on the streets where you used to see them at. There's not going to be any more word coming out. There's going to be nothing but judgment. And when that famine of word comes, people are going to be looking for answers, okay? When all hell breaks loose, okay? It's going to be too late, okay? Right? So let's get back to 2 Peter chapter 2. In verse 6, and it reads, And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, condemned them with the overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Okay? Now everybody wants to talk about love and tolerance. Okay? This is the point that Peter got to. But the Heavenly Father Yahweh brought fire down on those cities. Why? Because wickedness reached its limit. Okay? Now look around, you got confusion everywhere. Let me see if I could get an example of this. Because I pulled this off of a repost, okay? Now this right here, look closely. This is off a repost from Street Buzz TV. And True Yara 144, and I reposted it myself. This is the confusion. Look closely. What did you see? This is a man. Okay? See that? See that? This is a man, right? That's the confusion. Okay? And this relates to what Peter is talking about. Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? Everybody wants to talk about love and tolerance. But the Heavenly Father Yahweh brought fire on those cities. Why? Because wickedness reached its limit. Look around. You got confusion everywhere. You got people celebrating wickedness. You got Piedmont, June. This is wickedness. You got righteousness mocked. How dare you speak on that subject? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. These people have the right to do what they want to do, not according to the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You got evil being called good. That's why Peter brings up Lot. Okay, Lot wasn't joining them. He wasn't celebrating with them. He was vexed. Okay, he was vexed. Right. So that means he was spiritually tormented, seeing wickedness every day, okay? A lot of brothers can relate to that, okay? Turn on the news, wickedness. Go to work, wickedness. Walk down the street, wickedness. You see laws passed, wickedness. This place wears on a righteous man's spirit, okay? Second Peter 2 and 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, condemned them with the overthrow, making them an example unto those that should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with filthy conversation of the wicked. Okay? All right? So what that through that word vex mean? Bring it up in the blue letter interlinear. G2669. Kataponeo. Kataponeo. Okay? Outline biblical uses. To tire down with toil, exhaust with labor, to afflict or oppress with evils. To make trouble for, to treat roughly, okay? He was treated roughly because he didn't want to bow down to this wickedness that was afflicting him all around about. Okay? Now let's go to so that's that vexation. Okay? And it wears Jake out, okay? Katapaneo, labor down, wear with toil, figuratively harass, oppress, vex, okay? Second Peter 2:8. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deed. That's an unlawful deed right here. This is an unlawful deed. You see? Second Peter 2:9. The Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished. Okay? To be punished. So the Heavenly Father Yahweh knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. That's the whole message. The same Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, that saved Noah, that delivered Lot, that preserved his servants throughout history, is going to deliver his elect again. Not everybody, just the elect of Israel, so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Starting first with the elect of Israel, the governing body, 12,000 from each tribe, 144,000 elect men. Also, you have the innumerable multitude of men, women, and children that's going to be saved out of this place, okay? Out of this is the 1/3. Make up the 1/3. As it says in Zechariah, chapter 13, 8 and 9. 2 parts shall be cut off. 1 part shall be left therein. Because we all got to go through it. It's all about faith. I speak for me first and foremost. Because he will deliver his elect, okay? Not everybody. So a lot of Jake is scared right now. Wars, economic collapse, food shortages, government surveillance, digital control systems. Revelation 13 and 16 is at the door. Natural disasters, form of judgments. That shows the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, visiting the earth that he made, okay? But if you are sincerely seeking Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, the focus should be on, shouldn't be on fear. The focus should be on faith. Because when Jacob's trouble hit, the Heavenly Father Yahweh ain't going to be scrambling trying to figure out who belongs to him. He already knows, okay? Book of 2 Timothy. So like it. 2 Timothy. Now we're going to go to chapter 2, verse 19. And it reads, nevertheless, the foundation of the Heavenly Father Yahweh standeth sure, having this seal, Heavenly Father Yahweh knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity, sins. So Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai knoweth them that are his. The elect are already written in the book of life, okay? Book of 2 Ezra chapter 16. And we're going to go to verse start of verse 70. There shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Those which in Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. Okay? All right, the great tribulation. Okay? Our temptation, Revelation 3:10. Okay? The Karagma, Revelation 13:16. Okay, all of these things are going to happen because it's prophecy. Verse 71, they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Heavenly Father Yahweh. They got to blame somebody. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay? All right? Then shall they be known who are my chosen. They shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay? Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, behold, the days of the trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. In verse 73, then there shall be known who are my chosen. They shall be tried as gold in the fire. That goes right here into this. Zechariah 13, starting at 8, and it reads, and it shall come to pass that in all the lands, that's singular, that's talking about Babylon the Great, spiritual Sodom and Egypt / America, said the Heavenly Father Yahweh, 2 parts then shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Verse 9, the point. And I will bring the third part through the fire. We just read that. And I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Heavenly Father Yahweh is my power. Okay? And that's the promise. Not that trouble ain't coming. That the hard time ain't coming, okay? But that the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, knows how to preserve his chosen servants. Do it, okay? Just like Noah, just like Lot, just like every righteous man before us, okay? So don't get comfortable over here, okay? Don't get attached to this world, okay? Because it's not our rest. This place is headed for judgment, just like the old world and just like Sodom. So we got to keep watching, keep praying, keep enduring, because the same power that drowned the old world, okay, and rained fire upon Sodom is the same power that's about to visit the earth again, okay? But before that destruction comes, the Yahweh Shai is going to gather and deliver his elect, okay? So we got to stay locked in spiritually, stay sober-minded, and keep your eyes on the prophecies, okay? And with that, the water to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Okakudas, while I'm bringing this up. I'll praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Okakudas. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who will, and who ask the 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the whole free elect of Israel. With that, Shalom.